Good morning, students of class 7. Today we will start chapter number 2 in science, and that is nutrition in animals. As we all know that food is required by all living organisms. Since plants are autotrophic because they make their own food, while all kinds of animals obtain food from their surroundings. All the animals depend directly or indirectly on plants for their food. This type of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. Now, as we know that on the basis of food habits, animals are divided into three categories. And what are the three categories? First one is herbivorous. What are herbivorous animals? Who are herbivorous animals? Animals that eat only plants, grass are called herbivorous. For example of herbivorous: cow, goat, buffalo, etc. Next category is animals that feed only on the flesh of other animals, and these are called carnivorous. We can say carnivorous are those animals which depend on the flesh of other animals. For example, lion, tiger, leopard, etc. Next one is, third category is omnivorous. Now, who are omnivorous? Animals that eat plant part as well as animal parts both are omnivorous. For example, we human beings, the best example of omnivorous human beings. Sparrow, etc. Now, what is the feeding habit of animals? Just as different animals eat different types of food, the manner in which food is taken in is also different. Let us take some example. Bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds suck nectar from flowers. These obtain their food from flowers by sucking the nectar, and nectar is a sweet liquid that is present in flowers. Snakes swallow their food without chewing. They swallow their food. Birds obtain food with their beaks. Birds use their beaks for gaining their food. In case of mammals, now, who are mammals? Mammals are animals that give birth to young ones and have hair on their bodies. Mammals have teeth which help in biting and chewing their food. With the help of the teeth, they bite and chew their food. Some animals, such as whales, ducks, and flamingos, strain their food from water. Such animals are called filter feeders. Okay. Now we will study about digestion in humans. Next heading is digestion in humans. The food we eat contains complex substances such as carbohydrates, proteins and fats. The body cannot use these substances unless they are converted into simple substances. That means these substances must be converted into simpler form. Then our body can use these substances, nutrients obtained from these. The process by which the body converts useful substances in the food into simple usable substances is known as digestion. Digestion is the process in which our body converts the useful substances that are present in the food into simple substances. Digestion is a slow process. It takes few hours to complete. Several organs of the body work to digest the food we eat. There are many organs in our body and their functioning is different. These organs work together for the digestion of the food that is eaten by us. All the organs that work to digest food form the digestive system. Now we will write down the parts, how the digestion starts and what are the different works performed by different organs. First of all, we will write down the different parts of our body which are involved in the digestion process, and then one by one we will discuss about that part. Organs that are involved in the digestion of food. The first one is the mouth, starting part. Second is esophagus, that is also known as food pipe. Third, stomach. Next one is liver. Fifth is pancreas. Sixth is small intestine. And next one is large intestine. The food we intake from the mouth, the process of taking food inside the body is called ingestion. First of all, we will discuss about this one, the mouth. The mouth, and it is also known as the mouth or buccal cavity. First of all, we will discuss about its work. The mouth and the buccal cavity. The act of taking in food is known as ingestion. The first step is to take the food, and this process is known as ingestion. The teeth do their work, and what work they perform? The teeth break the food into small pieces. With the help of teeth, we chew the food and it converts the food into small pieces in the mouth. Next one is the area. Why this name is? How we name it buccal cavity? The area between the teeth and cheeks is known as buccal cavity. Therefore, its name is mouth and buccal cavity. Next, we will study types of teeth. We have four different types of teeth. An adult human can have a maximum of 32 teeth. There are 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars and 4 or 6 molars in each jaw. As we have 2 types of jaws, upper jaw and lower jaw. All of you can see in this way upper jaw and lower jaw, and each teeth have incisors, 4 incisors, first, second, third, fourth. 4 incisors, and after that canine. One canine to this side and one canine to this side. That means 2 canines, and after canine premolars. How many premolars? 1, 2. 2 premolar in one side and 2 premolar in other side. And after premolar we have molars. 1, 2, 3. 3 molars in one side, 3 molars in other side. This is upper jaw. How many teeth? 16 teeth. Similarly, the same process in lower jaw. Incisors, then canines, then premolars and molars. 16 in lower jaw. That means total of 16 plus 16, 32 teeth. The different teeth have different type of work. Now we will discuss about their work. Types of teeth. Incisors, that are cutting teeth. The front 4 teeth on each jaw are flat and have a sharp edge. They are used to bite or cut food into small pieces. The front 4 teeth are incisors and cutting teeth. They are used to bite or cut the food and convert it into small pieces. Next one is canines, that are tearing teeth. On both sides of the incisors on each jaw is a sharp pointed tool called the canine. Canines are used to tear food. Third one is premolars, and these are grinding teeth. These are broad and flat teeth. They grind food and convert it into fine pieces. As we use the grinder in home, similarly the same process do by premolars. They convert the food into fine small pieces. There are 2 premolars next to each canine. Last one is molars. These are also grinding and crushing teeth. The remaining teeth in the jaw are also broad and flat. The last 2 or 3 teeth on both sides of each jaw are the molars. These teeth are also used to crush and grind food. Now after this we discuss about the digestion process that starts in the mouth. The digestion of carbohydrates present in the food begins in the mouth. The first step, the process of ingestion, as we take the food inside the mouth, the digestion of carbohydrates starts. Here, remember it, the digestion of carbohydrates present in the food begins in the mouth. The salivary glands secrete saliva in the mouth, and this saliva contains a digestive juice that is called amylase. And amylase breaks down carbohydrate into sugars. I am writing here. Okay, step is the digestion of carbohydrates. Start in the mouth. Next is the salivary glands secrete digestive juice, that is called, the salivary glands secrete saliva in the mouth, and this saliva contains a digestive juice. Saliva contains amylase. And amylase is a digestive juice. Amylase breaks down carbohydrate into sugar. Amylase breaks down carbohydrate into sugar. Clear? As we know that carbohydrates, protein, fats, these are complex substances. Our body cannot digest it in usual form. So these have to be converted in simpler form. And the first process starts in the mouth, and the carbohydrate, the digestion of carbohydrates start in the mouth. The salivary glands, pair of salivary glands, 3 pairs of salivary glands are present that secrete saliva in the mouth. And after that, saliva contains a digestive juice that is amylase. And the work of amylase is to break down carbohydrate, that is complex substance, and the amylase convert this carbohydrates into sugar, that is also known as, we can write, glucose. The tongue. What is the help of tongue? As in the mouth we have salivary glands, teeth and tongue. All these perform some work. The tongue helps in mixing the saliva with the food. The liquid that we have in our mouth, that is saliva. This tongue mixes the saliva with the food and pushes food into the esophagus or the food pipe. Mix the saliva with the food and pushes food to esophagus, and esophagus is also known as food pipe. Okay. Next one is, now after this we will discuss about this esophagus or food pipe. The esophagus, that is food pipe. First of all of you see this in your book. This is digestion in humans. First process is mouth. The ingestion, the food we take inside mouth, and this pipe, muscular pipe-like structure. The esophagus is a muscular tube, so it is your esophagus. After that, other parts like liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, and finally anus. Now we will discuss one by one, but at present the esophagus. The esophagus food pipe is a muscular tube. It is just like a tube. It connects the mouth and the stomach. It is just like a connector, and it connects the mouth and stomach. Food is pushed into the stomach by the wave-like muscular movement of the esophagus. There is no digestion process in the food pipe or in the esophagus. It is just connect the mouth and the stomach. The main word is connect the mouth and the stomach. After mouth, through esophagus, food pipe, the food enters to the stomach. The stomach is a bag-like organ made up of muscles. After esophagus, the food enters to stomach. The stomach is a bag-like organ made up of muscles. The walls of the stomach are lined with a membrane called mucosa. It is covered with a membrane called mucosa. The mucosa secretes mucus, and the function of mucus is to protect the inner lining of the stomach. Food is churned and made into a paste in the stomach. The glands present in the inner walls of the stomach secrete gastric juice. This juice contains hydrochloric acid, HCl, and pepsin. The hydrochloric acid acidifies the food. The HCl, that is acid, it acidifies the food. It makes the environment acidic. If food has microorganisms or microbes or pathogens, these are microorganisms which can cause disease, not visible by naked eyes. Hydrochloric acid kills them. If microbes, pathogens or microorganisms are present in the food, then hydrochloric acid kills them. What is the work of pepsin? Pepsin begins the digestion of proteins, as the amylase that is in the saliva, as the amylase start convert the digestion of carbohydrates converted to sugar, glucose, and here the pepsin that is secreted in the stomach, it converts protein and converted protein to amino acid. Now we will write down these things about stomach here and then read the points carefully. Yes, stomach. The walls of the stomach are lined with a membrane. That membrane is called mucosa. This mucosa secretes mucus, which protects the inner lining of the stomach. The glands present in the inner walls of the stomach secretes gastric juice. This juice contains hydrochloric acid and pepsin. The hydrochloric acid kills microorganisms and pepsin begins the digestion of proteins. So students, now other part we will discuss in the next video. Thank you class.